Hello Aquarius, welcome to your November 2017 reading. I hope you had a good October and prosperous. Did a lot of reflecting and making room for a whole lot of new things that are coming in. So your November reading will be very exciting. I'm quite excited about giving you your November reading, see what's coming in for you. So we'll just shuffle the cards and see what comes out for you. Already got two cards thrown out to me. Okay, my name's Isabel Galasso. I'm a spiritual medium. When I read the tarot for you, I am an intuitive, so I get messages that I will give you for your reading. It's not necessarily what the tarot card meaning is, it's whatever I'm being shown or told. So that'll be very interesting. These are general readings, so if you'd like to have a personalised reading, please follow the link below and book in for a Skype or a pre-recorded reading that I can email to you. Let's have a look. Very strong cards, Aquarius. See what comes out. Hope you had a lovely October, Aquarius. A lot of reflecting, allowing new things to come in. Cards are just flying out for you this time. Very good. Very busy sort of energy, obviously, for you in November. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at what's in store for you. All right, so the first card, which is your significator, your card and the energy that's around you, is success. So you've got an energy around you that is quite it's quite an upbeat, good energy. So I feel like for you, Aquarius, this month of November, it's like the energy will just flow for you. So I don't feel like there's going to be too many blockages for you. I feel like things are just going to start flowing through for you, so that whatever it is that you want to do, it will flow. I feel if you are going to be making choices and decisions that aren't right for you, there's going to be blocks. You're going to be stopped. So you're going to really be steered through a direction that is going to be good for you. If things are flowing for you, Aquarius, and you have plans and they fall into place and they work out quite easily, then you know you're on the right path. If you're trying to put plans into place and there's a block, or you can't, things are stalled or halted, or you can't move forward, then you're going in the wrong direction. So it's going to be a clear indication for you as to whether or not you're moving in the right direction. So be aware of that in November. It'll last you all of November. So if you're planning to do something and it's just not working for you, rethink it. Don't push it forward, because you're not going in the right direction. So you're going to have a very, very clear guidance. It's as if all the work that you've done in the past, especially September and October, they're going to start coming to fruition in November, and it's almost like the universe, source, God, energy, whatever it is you want to call it, is not going to let you take a step backwards. It's going, you're only going to move forward. So if you try and move in a direction that's not good for you, there's going to be blockages. So be mindful of that. They're also telling me, Aquarius, that sometimes you can be a little bit stubborn and a little bit fiery. If you want something to go in a particular direction, you can persist and keep pushing, but it's not going to be for your highest and best. So be mindful of that. There is a very, very strong fiery energy around you in November. which is your energy. You know, the Queen of Wands, that's, I know that's not your energy, but it's the energy that you're going to have in November, though. You know, it's one of wanting things to move quickly, wanting things to move in the direction that you're wanting to move it in, okay, without too much thought. But just be mindful of pushing too hard, of really wanting things to go in a particular direction, because that's the energy that's going to be around you. You're going to want change. So there's some Aquarians that are going to be looking at changing their living environment, changing where they work, or going on a very long holiday for a change of environment. It's almost as if I would say some of you Aquarians are feeling very restless, about where you are and what you're doing, and wanting to make some sort of changes in your environment, be it at home or at work. But before you do that, give it some thought. Don't act too hastily, is what I'm being told. Okay, give it some thought before you are going to do that. If it's right for you, then it's going to happen very easily. If it's not happening easily, then you need to rethink what you're doing. Give it a little bit more time. I feel like the time to push is not quite yet. It might happen next month, or certainly in January of next year. So just be careful of that. Be careful of that. I also feel like, Aquarians, some of you are feeling not heard. I think some of you are feeling unheard, where you want to give voice to something and someone's not taking you seriously. That's frustrating you a little bit. So just see if you can talk about it in a calm environment rather than bringing in that fire energy, okay? But I feel like you're feeling unheard, okay? They're not taking you seriously where they need to. So that's some of you. That's some of you. It could be at work, could be in the home environment. Depends. It's going to be different for each of you. It's going to be different for each of you. Okay. This is the past, the Two of Swords. You've had decisions to make. You've had decisions to make in the past. Some of those decisions and choices haven't been easy, but they're in the past, so you've dealt with them and you've moved them on. It might be some of that unsettling energy that's coming through of not feeling heard, but I feel like decisions and choices have been made in the past that happened very, very quickly, and possibly was not for the best for you, okay? And you may be rethinking those things, all right? So while you want to be heard and you want to make those changes, don't forget that the energy that's around you is one of success, okay? Is one of success. So now's the time to really talk about things and see how you're feeling, and revisiting some of those decisions and choices that were made in the past. Okay? The Five of Wands. Let me see what I'm getting with those. Five of Wands. Yeah, see, again, it's the fire sort of energy that's around you. It's like I feel like with you, it's pick your battles, pick your discussions, especially in November. Pick them. Don't be discussing and bringing everything up and throwing it all into the one big melting pot. Pick what you want to have discussed. Don't put it all out there. Pick what's most important to you so that you can be heard and be taken seriously, okay? With that fire sort of energy, I feel like, Aquarians, that there can be a lot of emotion behind things that you're needing to discuss, and that emotion can entangle things for you. So it really is about trying to calm that fiery energy, that impulsive energy, and wait till you're calm about it. Bring up only the issues that you want to bring up that are important to you this month, okay, to discuss, because what's underlying that, there's change afoot. There's change afoot for you, okay? There's new beginnings. There's new beginnings and there's change. So that change may be that you are discussing issues that have come up for you, and that brings change around it for you. Some change that is good for you. Change that is good for you. That works for you, both in the home and in the work environment. Okay. I feel like for some of you in the work environment, there is somebody there that is very has a big ego. I've got to say, there's someone in the work environment that's got a big ego. That may be the person that's not taking you seriously, is not giving you voice, and you need to have voice. So I feel like what I want to say to you is, if you're going to approach this person to have them listen to what you decide, what your situation is, what change you want to introduce, don't do it on an emotional level. So calm that fire energy that's around you in November and approach the situation on a level ground, calmly. If you go in with that fire energy, then they're not going to listen to you. They're going to just think, oh, well, you're just an emotional mess. Okay, so the best thing for you is to do that, because they've got a big ego. They do like to control. They do like to have the final say. So the best way to approach them is in a calm manner. If you're feeling fiery, then wait till it subsides before you go and address anything. If it's in the home environment, the same needs to apply there. Subdue that fiery energy. It's about, that there's going to be a lot of that. Week 2 and 3 in particular, if there's anything you need to discuss, I'd do it week 1 or week 4. Don't do it week 2 or 3, because that's going to be a really volatile time for you, and you're not going to get the outcome that you would like. Okay, so just hold off for a little bit with that. Hold off for a little bit with that, because it is, there you go. It's a period of adjustment for you. So it's a period of this, balancing the scales. It's really about November for you is about, and what will happen in November for you towards the end of November is, let's balance the scales. At the moment, they're out of balance. You might be feeling like you're putting in more than others. The scales aren't balanced. So by discussing things, by airing things, by bringing them out in a calm, unemotional way, those scales are going to be balanced for you, okay? Are going to be balanced for you. There are some Aquarians that are going to be leaving a difficult relationship where it's just not balanced. It's just not balanced. It's just not going to work for you. So I feel like for some Aquarians, they're going to be leaving a situation like that because they can't tolerate it anymore. They can't cope with it anymore. They don't know how to deal with that situation. So there's going to be some Aquarians that are going to be walking away from a relationship. Okay. Other Aquarians are going to try and balance it out, but I think it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very, very difficult for the Aquarians that are in relationships. It's going to be a little bit of a rocky time as you try and rebalance what's going on in that relationship, trying to bring a fairness about that relationship. But you're also going to have a lot of emotion. It's going to pack a lot of punch, because there's a lot of things that have been brewing for you that need to come to the surface. But just make sure they trickle up, they don't explode. Okay, because that's going to make it really difficult. For those of you that are in a relationship and have these issues, some of those issues will be ironed out. Of course, it's not for all Aquarians. Some of those relationships will stay strong. They might go through a rocky patch, which will only make them stronger. So that will also happen. It's about bringing up your issues and discussing them and coming to some sort of balance, some sort of solutions, which will be productive, which will be very productive for you. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of emotion there this month for you, Aquarians. You know, what's underlying all of that? Okay. The Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles. It's as if what's underlying all of that is a risk factor. It's a risk factor. It's about how you approach it, about not being fearful of the outcome, and understand that what the universe has in store for you, what Source has in, it's your path, it's your journey. Okay, so where you're going to rock the boat, then sometimes you just need to rock the boat and not be fearful of the outcome. Just honor yourself and be truthful to yourself, and pursue what is rightfully your journey, and don't allow fear to stop you. And a lot of that, I feel like, Aquarians, a lot of that is how you're feeling. It's really not reality at all. It's just how you're feeling in November. So just stay calm, just process, you know, because if you do, then victory's yours. You know, it will be okay. It will work out. It will come out in your favor. This will come out in your favor. So the changes that you want to put in place, the voice you want to give yourself, the honoring of who you are and what you want, and your journey is going to be successful for you. I feel like that's going to be a really good thing. It's like you come into your own. You come into your own, and when you do that, then abundance is going to start coming in from all areas. So all areas are going to start feeding you, are going to start working for you once you start honoring the process. It's like I want to dig, you know, Aquarius, you're digging yourself out of a situation. You're digging yourself out of a situation where it's a struggle and it's hard. But when you get out, it's going to work in your favor. You're going to be the strong, independent person that you are, and so relationships will become stronger. Okay, the ones that aren't going to cope with that won't work, but that's the way it's meant to be. So don't allow fear to stop you from honoring who you are. You know, that's really important. That's this is your hopes and your dreams. Well, hopes and fears as well. There aren't any. Look at that card. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So that, you know, your success and luxury and all, your cup is overflowing. Cup is overflowing. So that's an emotional state. It's an emotional state. Everything that you desire, all abundance, all luxury, it's all yours. It will all come to you. So there's absolutely nothing to fear, nothing to worry about once you get through this process. And I think this process is going to be really good for you. What you need to be mindful of, though, is that fire energy. Just don't build things up and then just explode. Do them in a calm manner, and then you're going to get the outcomes that you're seeking, because the outcome is going to be totally up to you. Okay, you're going to call it. The outcome is your decision. It's your decision. And at the end of all of this, at the end of the month, you're going to feel absolutely fabulous. You're going to feel so strong, so independent, so you've honored who you are, you've honored the process, and you've done it with dignity. You're just going to feel you can tackle anything. You find your strength. You find your strength when all goodness will come your way, so that it's going to be victorious. So the outcome's going to be fantastic for you. I'm going to pull another card for you, which I haven't done for the other signs, so don't tell them. See what's going on. But I think, you know, it's going to be fiery. You're going to bring in change. It's a change for most signs this November, but and they're good. It's successful. It's you're going to get the outcome that you want, and you're going to develop a real strength of character, which is fantastic. Let's see, one last card here for you. Yeah, strength and moving forward, and it's just unobstructed. It's moving forward with speed, with vitality, with lightness, bringing into December and next year are really positive, wonderful energy. So that's what you want. So you need to stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself, but with calm. Leave the emotions out of it. Pack them up in a suitcase, put them in the cupboard while you're doing all of this. Okay, so watch the fiery energy. Watch the fiery energy. Let's have a look. Healing energy. So whatever it is that you're going to do, it's going to be very healing. It's going to be very balancing. You need to, the changes that you're going to make are going to be good for you. They're going to be good for you. So go ahead and do it, you know, because it's going to be healing as you move forward. Right, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Just stay focused on the outcome. First 2 weeks, you know, week 1 will be okay. Week 2 and 3, you're going to really want change. You're going to feel really impatient and fiery. Just be mindful of that. Week 4 is just things are just going to fall into place if you honour the process and honour who you are. Okay, because you're very strong. You can do it, Aquarius. I hope you liked your reading. If you like it and comment, please comment. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next month for December. Christmas time's coming.